Alright, so in my last video on my Japan trip, I gave the Unicorn Gundam statue and the Diver City Mall overall a great review. I think it's a wonderful place to visit if you're new to Tokyo and you're just trying to find some anime stuff. I have to, however, make this part of the review its own video because this single place is Diver City's biggest nightmare. And it's literally just this place. This is the Rotten Worm and the otherwise beautiful Big Apple of Diver City. Now, 15 years ago, I lived in Asia, and the Gundam base back in the day was a fun little harmonious location where Gundam nerds from across the world could meet up, talk about anime, talk about what they loved about Gundam, and buy old Gundam models, build Gundams, and learn painting techniques from each other. It was like a super, super harmonious place where just everyone got along and everything was wonderful. Unfortunately, times have changed and they've ruined it.
この番組はヨランのスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
So what had basically happened here is I tried to walk into the Gundam store and I was rejected by the bouncer. The fucking Gundam store had a bouncer at the front door to kick people out like it was some sort of high-class nightclub only for the most handsome, sexiest people. And it's not that. It's a fucking toy store for fucking Gundam nerds who want to buy little robot things. Odaiba was full of amazing anime stores, and this was the only one pulling this absurd shit like this. So yeah, somehow they basically put this nightmare lottery system on the Gundam base Tokyo, and this is a textbook example of Japan ruining something with bureaucracy, Japan ruining something with capitalism gone tragically wrong. Like, somehow they've established this completely bureaucratic, completely complicated system, one of the worst systems I've ever seen, created seemingly just to keep people from entering the Gundam store and stop them from spending money. This thing is an absolute nightmare, and I guess they did this to deter scalpers, which I guess were out of control for a while because I always see people like scalping the Gundam base exclusive Gundams. But to combat the scalpers, they had initially just introduced a one product per customer per day policy, and as far as I could tell, that policy was still in place. But what made the situation even more frustrating, as I stood outside the gates of the Gundam base Tokyo, I stared inside and I saw the store completely empty at noon on a Saturday, which makes me reach the only possible conclusion here is that the system either works too well and no one can get inside, or maybe it doesn't work at all and no one can get inside. Maybe possibly this lottery system where people win lottery tickets to get inside is so hard to win that the winners just never bother to use them, which actually seems to be the case because apparently even if you actually win the lottery, you can't decide what time you enter the store. So you could spend 3 weeks winning this lottery only to find out that, oh, guess what? You can enter the store at 9 p.m. at night. I guess you want to sleep that night? Too bad. That's your only time that you're allowed in the store. Or maybe you win and that's the time where you're at work. So I want to say maybe a lot of people are winning the lottery, but then they're still not able to go. Or maybe even the lottery tickets themselves are being scalped because this is just pure absolute madness here. Like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is the point of holding a lottery to prevent the store from being crowded if now the store is just, as a result, permanently empty because no one can get inside? How the fuck are they even staying in business? It feels like this will ultimately lead the store to fail financially, so I'm so fucking pissed about this. Like, look at the photo I took. Like, even though the door was locked to only the lottery winners, I can't see a single person inside the store. And I hear this is a huge freaking store, so, you know, there could easily be 100 people in here, but they had this bouncer just kicking everybody out. Now, I wonder if I had lined up at this front door ahead of time, could I have gotten in? I don't know. What fucking sucks is I didn't know about this, and I did arrive at Diver City close to 9 a.m. in the morning when the stores mostly don't open to 11 because I was just jet lagged. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Worse still, it seems that apparently this lottery system is only really optimized for Japanese citizens or otherwise people who have like active Japanese phone contracts. So they've effectively used this system as an indirect way of creating a racism to ban foreigners from entering the store. Now, here is the official website of the Gundam base Tokyo, and this explains that, yeah, to get into the Tokyo store, to get into the Fukuoka store, you have to use this fucking lottery, and it's insane. Blah, 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 blah. Let me read through all this fucking bullshit. The website instructions for the lottery are 3 pages of absolute nightmare, but boiling it down simply, the only days it seems that you can get into the Gundam Base Tokyo without winning the lottery are Wednesday and Thursday, at least as it currently stands. Any other days of the week, you literally have to win the lottery or they won't let you get anywhere near the store. But again, that seems to be a bit catch-22 because it felt like on the day I was there was literally no one inside the store because they were being so strict about who could get in. I guess the people who won the lottery didn't actually show up, and adding insult to injury was the fact that the lottery also apparently has to be won up to 3 weeks in advance. Like, if you win a lottery and then it's 3 weeks later, are you going to remember that you needed to go to the Gundam store to buy your Gundams? Like, it's fucking insane. Like, it says that they might allow people in the store if someone cancels their lottery winnings, but it also says that you can't literally apply to enter the store on the same day that it is because of the advancedness of the system. And yeah, there's a lot of like crazy fucking rules here. Like, this is honestly like one of the most draconian and terrifying legal contracts I've ever seen in my life. And that's crazy because it's just to walk into a store. Anything else that I see is insane here. Every person is allowed 1 lottery ticket today. You cannot specify the time you want on the lottery ticket. If you in any way make an error in writing out your application to enter, you will be rejected from entry. Yada, yada, yada. The right to enter the store is only for winners. It says on the website you're not allowed to scalp your winning lottery tickets. You can technically bring 2 guests with you to enter per winning. However, children are not able to enter the lottery, so that's kind of funny. Let's see, what else? Only the winner of the lottery can purchase products. The 2 guests are not allowed to purchase anything. Personal information must be provided when applying for the lottery. Business hours will change in accordance with facility business hours. And if for any reason Diver City happens to be closed that day and you win, then obviously your lottery ticket is null and void. And yeah, as I previously stated, you're only allowed to buy 1 thing in the store per day. It does say that they might consider allowing people if that just enough lottery winners haven't shown up, but that seemed to be the case on the day I was there and they still weren't letting people in. And then it says here that even if you actually win the lottery, they still might not let you in the store if there's too many people in there at one time. So if you do win, you're expected to show up 10 minutes early because it will take some time to enter the store. And yeah, it says at the end of the contract that this was implemented mostly to deter scalpers from entering the Gundam store and reselling all their shit. God, what a fucking nightmare. All right, yeah, so is the Gundam Base Tokyo a tourist trap? The way it currently is, I don't know, man. This is even worse than a tourist trap. Like, this is just fully anti-immigrant, anti-scalper, AT field restricted, an anti-tourist trap kind of nightmare. Whereas most tourist traps I'm going to cover in this video series are just places out to steal your money. This one straight up hates you and makes you want to cry. And if you have little kids, it'll make them cry double because they apparently can't even register to get lottery tickets because children can't gamble, you know? Even though the Diver City Mall as a whole is worth visiting, the Gundam Base Tokyo is such a dangerous tourist trap that rejects all tourists that I'm not even sure what to say about it. I know some friends of mine have always wanted to go here, but seeing it in this bad a condition really shocked me to my core, and I'm not sure what to say. If you're trying to make a trip here, you have to proceed with absolute caution. You might need a Japanese friend to help you get in, but this fucking archaic lottery system here, like, this fucking sucks. This needs to be amended. This needs to be replaced with something more sensible that will stop overcrowding but still allow people to get in. I just fully have to discourage anyone not from Japan. If you really want to visit the Tokyo Gundam base, you're going to have to think twice about it, guys, and I don't know. Like, it strongly worries me that I also wanted to someday check out the supposedly better Fukuoka Gundam base that has all the rides and junk, and now I don't think I'm getting into that one either. Like, this has so fully soured me on the experience that I just left Diver City and I powered on to Tokyo, never to return. All right, see what happens next.